Do you ever finish service absolutely starving? It's midnight, you've barely sat down all day, and before you know it, there's a takeaway app open, a beer cracked, and a day's worth of calories gone in less than 20 minutes. That's not a willpower problem. That's your body trying to stay balanced. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to stop that 1 a.m. takeaway spiral without needing more discipline, without cutting out the food you enjoy, and without adding hours of meal prep to your week. Here's what most people don't realize. Your body isn't trying to sabotage you at night. It's trying to balance out the day. You've spent 10, 12 hours running on fumes, barely eating real meals, surviving on caffeine, and your body is screaming for quick energy. So that craving for carbs, chocolate, a takeaway, that's your body trying to solve a problem that you created hours ago. It's not a lack of discipline. And once you understand that, it stops being a guilt game and it becomes a strategy game. So there's 5 steps, right? And with the first one, we need to identify the actual constraint, because the real issue isn't hunger, it's decision fatigue. After a double right, your battery is on 5%. So when you open the fridge, it's not a question of what's healthy. It's a question of what's easiest and what's quickest. So if the only quick options are beer, bread, and butter, then that's what you're gonna have, because that's what your environment's giving you. So our goal here isn't perfection. It's just to make the right thing the easiest thing. Like, have you ever just opened the fridge and stared at it for a solid 5-10 minutes? It happens to me all the time, and it's not because I don't know what to eat, but because I just can't think clearly and I can't think, how can I make a meal out of this? That's decision fatigue. So the trick is to plan for your tired self. Pick 2 late night meal templates and stick them on your fridge. 1 cold, 1 hot. The cold option can be Greek yogurt, some whey protein, some frozen berries, and maybe some cereal or granola on top. And for the hot option, that could be eggs on toast with some salad, or like an omelette with some veggies in. That's it, 2 super easy go-tos. Then when it's 1 a.m., you don't have to decide, you just follow the template. It's like mise en place for your future self. You're setting the station before you end up in the shit. Step 3, forget full meal prep. You don't need 5 Tupperware boxes lined up on a Sunday. You just need half prep. And you already do this at work. Roast a few chicken thighs, blanch off some veg, and cook a batch of rice. Then just reuse those components across different meals throughout the week. Wraps, salads, stir fries, rice bowls, whatever. But that cuts your mid-shift decision load in half. And it keeps good food ready for you when you hit that autopilot mode after work. Because when I first started trying to be a meal prepper, I lasted 1 Sunday. By the second week, more than half my meals were still in the fridge on the Thursday, completely untouched. Because there's 2 things that tend to happen. Either you get bored of the meals that you've made, so you don't want to eat them, or you forget to actually take them into work with you, so they get forgotten about. So after that, I just scrapped full meal prep days and started prepping components instead. And now I don't get bored, nothing goes to waste, and I've always got an evening meal I can throw together in less than 15 minutes. So step 4 is to build out your shift stash. You want to keep a few emergency options at home or at work. Maybe it's a high protein ready meal that you keep in the freezer. Or it could be protein puddings, protein yogurts, or it could just be a few bags of microwave rice that you keep in the cupboard to use in a pinch. You'll probably use them less often than you think, but knowing that they're there means you never have to say, screw it, I'll just order a pizza. The real magic though is starting your day with more protein. If you can get 30, 40 grams in at breakfast or lunch, your body isn't going to be screaming for energy at midnight. At least not as much anyway. Most of the chefs that I've worked with prefer to eat lighter or not at all earlier in the day, but then wonder why they're starving when they finish. So if you front load your fuel with a bigger breakfast, a high protein smoothie, or just a double scoop protein shake, the late night cravings will just drop on their own. It's like starting service with an empty station. You're setting yourself up for disaster at some point. But if you set it up properly, the night's just going to run a lot smoother. So if you keep crashing and reaching for takeaway foods at night, stop trying to fight your body and just build around it instead. 2 late night templates, half prep once a week, a shift stash for emergencies, and a solid breakfast with real protein. That's how you end that 1 a.m. takeaway cycle without giving up the foods you love. So if you found this useful, you might want to check out this video here as well.